Well, hello there.
Hi there.
Anyone get that Madagascar reference? Is it Madagascar 2? I think it's Madagascar 1. Anyway, welcome to this video. I don't know what that was. Welcome to this video. Goodbye 2019. I'm recording this on the 19th of December, so it's very early in the month, really, compared to when this really should be recorded, I suppose. Like, I'm aware it's like almost 2 weeks left of the month right now. But I don't know when I'm going to be able to record this video. If not, so I feel like I might as well just record this now and get everything out of the way I'm going to say. It's probably will be the last video of the year. It might be or it might not. I have another video that I am working on, which, you know, it's a big one. I think I've said about it in a video before, but I feel like if I spend some days just completely grinding out editing it, I could get it out on time, but I don't know. So it's rather going to be up right near the end of December or mid-January. Also, if my mic sounds weird, I've been messing with the settings of it a bit. It looks like it's recording really quietly right now, so I can get rid of the background fuzzes and all that shit. If it sounds good, that's good. If it sounds shit, I'm really sorry. It's just be for one video. I will obviously realize it in the editing process and it will change. But anyway, to the topic of the video. So yeah, it's 2019, and this year has been, for YouTube anyway, really odd but good. For the beginning couple months of this year, I wasn't actually uploading. I don't think I actually uploaded until February. I'm gonna have a quick look, but I think that's accurate. If I'm correct, I think it was the cloak video that I uploaded, which is the first video of the year. That's because the internet's working, isn't it? Cool. Thank you. That's really good. But yeah, at the beginning of the year, I wasn't actually doing YouTube. I had taken a long break after some shit happened last year, which I'm not going to go into, but essentially I was really depressed, and I decided that that was a good time for me to take a break from YouTube just to clear my mind and just have some time away, which I hadn't really done before. I explained this all in a video called A Long Overdue Explanation, which I will talk about more in depth in a minute. But essentially at the beginning of the year, I wasn't making videos, and I started again in February, and kind of didn't really get back into it properly until I moved here. That was this year. I lived in a different house at the beginning of this year. I moved here in March, May, June. I don't remember. It was around a month or two before my GCSE exams, which again happened this year. Holy fuck, a lot of stuff happened this year. It's easy to think, like, I feel like nowadays a lot of people don't really realize how long a year is. A year does feel like it goes so quickly. I feel like that's just me, maybe because I'm older. And obviously when you get older, years go so much quicker than they do when you're a child. But as much as a year seems like it's so quick when you look back on it, a lot of shit can happen in a year's time. And it's pretty insane. At the beginning of this year, I think I had around 114 subscribers, and I'm now at almost 300, 288 at this current time. So I've more than doubled my sub count, almost tripled it, kind of, almost, very light use of that word. It's crazy looking at that, because at the beginning of this year, I was like, oh, I'll probably get to like 150, 200 at a push. And that happened like pretty quickly. I don't want to say quickly, but it happened like not as slow as I thought it would happen, because my Shark Boy Lava Girl rewatch blew the fuck up. It's now at almost 70,000 views, which is just insane. That's most of the views on my channel. But yeah, looking back through all the videos I uploaded this year, I am proud of essentially every single one of them. I'm really glad that I'm able to look back on my channel and say that, because at the beginning of the year, that's one of the reasons I took a break, was because I wanted to focus solely on quality of my videos and reason and purpose, if that makes sense. The year before, I feel like I slightly slipped at some point into making content because I needed to make content, if that makes sense. You know, I've been told from all these areas, you need to be consistent, you need to keep your watch time up for, you know, the monetization stuff. And so I was just, you know, oh, I need to get a video out this week. Oh, I'll make this. I'll make this. It's fine. I didn't do that too much, and I feel like looking back, I'm a lot more like hard on myself than I should be, because I'm not saying I made any shit videos that I knew were shit and I put them out. I was proud of every single video, but there was definitely some stuff which I would say wasn't the best I could do. So I said at the beginning of this year that I wanted every single video I uploaded on this channel to be good. The quote I had was that the best videos, in my opinion, playlist should be my entire channel. You know, the quality of that playlist, of what I've been adding into that playlist at that point of the year, should be every single video on this channel. And I think, bar a few, like the Addressing My Addiction Guitar Hero video, that wasn't obviously tons of effort, but I don't think effort always means quality. Like, I feel like you can make something which takes not too much effort and time, but can still be good, if that makes sense. Like, I'm hard on myself quite a lot sometimes if I make a video. You know, I can make a video that takes about multiple days to edit one point, or the next week, make a video that took, a tiny percentage of that. And I'm harsh on myself because I'm like, oh, that was shit. I didn't put enough time into that. But as much as that Guitar Hero video wasn't a lot of editing, I'm still happy with that video. I still enjoy that video. It had a point to it. It was the joke of my addiction for Guitar Hero 2 years ago, or almost 3 years ago now at this point. And I started the podcast this year with Harry, and as much as they're not tons of effort to edit, I am happy with them. I'm proud of them because they're their own thing, and they help the channel, and I enjoy making them and recording them. Talking about the long overdue explanation video, which I really feel like I should talk about. I talked about a little minute ago about the quotes from it and all that kind of stuff. Looking back at that video, still at this point, I generally feel like that is one of the best videos I've ever uploaded onto this channel. And I feel like that's just because of how personal it was to me and how much it means to me. That video means so much to me. And I know looking back at it, there's some things I shouldn't have said in that video. There's some things that were cringy. But you could see it came from a place of sincerity for me. Like, YouTube is something that I care a fuck ton about, and I've said before in videos that YouTube is everything to me, and my channel is everything to me. And so taking that much time away, and because obviously I was going through depression, I was going through a bit of depression at that time. Again, I have to say, like I said in the video, I don't have depression, but I was depressed. They're two different things. Google it. I was, severely depressed at that point. I don't really think I touched on it too much in that point in that video, because I didn't want people to think I was still depressed, and I was a little bit insecure about what people would think, and that I was pathetic for still feeling that way. Of course, I have moments where I feel shit over what happened and all that kind of stuff, but at the time, I stopped making videos. At the time, specifically of the YouTube burnout video from 2018, during my break, essentially, I was like the most depressed I've ever been, I think. Some shit happened, and it really took a toll on me, and issues with trust, and blaming myself and rethinking everything. And things have changed. I'm not saying I'm still I don't Will, shut the fuck up. I'm doing this thing again. Okay, I can explain my feelings from a past time, and people should be knowledgeable enough to know that doesn't mean I'm still feeling that now. I feel like that was why I didn't touch on it too much in that video, because I was insecure like a fucking idiot of people thinking I was still in that mindset. But I don't really know why I should care. But yeah, there you go. That video was there was no script to that video. It was bullet points on a screen, which I'd spent about a month every now and again going back to and adding to, and if I thought of something I need to talk about, like I need to mention this in the comeback video, and I just sat there and spoke for about 40 minutes or 35 minutes. Some bits of the video were cut from one bit and put to another segment because it seemed like it flowed better somewhere else. But I've watched that video over quite a few times now. If something happens in my life and something's different, it's interesting to look back at that video and just look at where I was at the time and see how I've changed and how I was feeling. And I feel like that is a piece of time I should look back at and reflect on. And so I go this a lot with people. And I've mentioned this before on the... Oh god, fuck me. I spoke about this before in the video I uploaded when I turned 17, and that was the whole point of that video. But I'm going to mention it again now because it is relevant, I think. It's insane to think how much can change in such a short amount of time. I feel like that's something we should always think about. If you're going through some shitty thing, you've got to stick through it, because it will be okay and things will change. Like I said, at the time of that video, end of 2018, beginning of 2019, I was so not happy. And I'm not saying I'm over the moon now, because everyone has their moments, but so much has happened. So much good stuff, so much bad stuff, so much has happened. That's one of the reasons I love doing YouTube, is looking back at everything. And I know I've not uploaded a huge amount of videos this year. I've uploaded 34, which is more than I did last year, because of the break. But looking back, saying goodbye to my old room, the E3 video, Ego Death, all the subscriber milestone videos, some of the podcasts, my birthday, the PewDiePie, and at the time of the fucking, PewDiePie vs. T-Series thing. I'm proud of every single video I uploaded this year. I'm really glad that I stuck to my promise, which was never uploading a video which I thought was shit, and I thought was terrible. Even the videos I feel like were less effort or less good, like the Rest in Peace Etika video, the first one, or like I said, the Guitar Hero video, they had a point to it, and I still think were entertaining, or like I said, have a purpose. And I am just really proud looking back at my channel this year, And looking back at me as a person, of course I've made mistakes, of course, everyone has, but I feel like I am a better person this year than I was last year. And that is something I want to be able to say every single year. I want next year, looking back at myself, at the end of 2020, goodbye 2020 video, I want to be in that video saying, last year I was not as good as I am this year, and realizing things that I don't realize I fucked up at now. Looking back at this year, I want there to be things which I could have been better at, or that I shouldn't have said or shouldn't have done, and in 2020 to look back and say and realize those things and improve as a person because of that. Because I just want to be the best person I can possibly be, and I want this to be said. I can't stress enough how much I want this. Throughout this year, I've been made to look like the bad guy in quite a few situations, and I'm not going to go into it because that's a whole fucking rabbit hole. It's personal, but I don't want that. Things being taken out of context, or people using something you've done or something you haven't done to fucking web some narrative about you. I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't fun. It was fucking awful, especially because some of those people who made me look like that and who tried to spin this narrative to people were people who I had been really good friends with. And so to see that fall apart and to see them suddenly want to paint you as Will the fucking devil incarnate, it wasn't fun, and it was pretty shit. But there's this quote I found on Twitter a while ago. It was some thread about being your own therapist or something, and there was this quote in there which I feel like I need to take home and think about more than I do. The quote itself was, "You are your own witness, and you can be your own witness, and you don't need other people's interpretations of what happened, other people's understandings of what happened. You don't need them to justify how you feel." And I fucking needed that quote. There's so much shit looking back what happened last year, or looking back at stuff that happened this year. I felt unjustified for feeling as down as I did, or feeling just a certain way because of how other people interpreted it, or how other people saw it, and how other people might have seen it by the way I described it and stuff like that. And so I would hate myself for feeling so down about it, or I'd hate myself for being angry or upset or anything like that. You don't need other people to justify how you feel. You can just feel the way you feel. If you feel like you've been wronged by someone, and you genuinely think that, you are allowed to feel like that. You're allowed to feel down about it. You're allowed to feel depressed. You're allowed to go through the stages of grief. You're allowed to feel like that. God, I'm getting fucking emotional, Jesus Christ. Oh, Will, you pussy. But yeah, I feel like that is generally something I really did need. And other people would benefit from seeing that, Like I said, of course, there's time, everyone makes mistakes. There's times you can look back and you can think, oh, I'm the victim. Or, I don't like using the word victim, but you know what I'm trying to say. And you look back at it in a while, once you're out of that thing, and you go, oh, I did fuck up there, and oh, that was partly my fault. Or, all that stuff. That's allowed. I still do that to myself. But I fell into this thing of, that's every situation for me. It's like my brain was looking for a reason to be like, okay, Will, you're not the fucking victim. And that because there was people telling me this, and, all this stuff, being like, okay, Will, stop feeling like shit. You don't deserve to feel like this. And I would look for all these different reasons of, okay, I feel like a bad person saying this. And I really need, I address this in ego death. I really need to get out of this fucking state of just always looking for a reason to hate myself and to not let myself ever feel like I've been wrong, or more so just my head telling my preferred. This is turned into something whole fucking different, hasn't it? I'm sorry. Bottom line is, this year has been a lot of reflecting and a lot of good things and some bad things. Of course, some bad things. But one of the things that has been really good has been this channel and the support I've been having on this channel. And I really appreciate everyone who's subscribed, everyone who's watched the video and left support in the comments, or just watching. This is something I love doing, and I've never had a year where I felt like this is more realistic of happening for me than this year. And again, this is a fucking long goal, and it's really far out, but I've never felt more confident in myself in terms of my YouTube career than this year, and I owe that completely up to you guys. You can hear squeaks. It's my fucking dog. She wants her food. She's too early for it, for one, and I'm doing something. so she can stop. See, I told you I'm a better person. Okay, this video turns into something completely different. Meant to be like, it turned to a rant and a session of just fucking wow. But just in general, as an overall, this year was big. I feel like for me, you know, I moved here, which I'm so much more happier here. I started college, I did my GCSEs, I got really good grades except for fucking computer science. I think I already mentioned this. Look at me, being a YouTuber, only got a 5 in computer science. Fuck OCR, right? Fuck OCR and the fucking stupid exam board this year. One of my friends, okay, this is how fucking stupid it is. You can think I'm being an idiot thinking I deserve more. Oh, I will deserve more. No, one of my friends in the fucking mock exam got 100% on both mock exams. He then went forward to get a 6 in the actual GCSE exam. What the fuck is that, alright? This is a guy who is amazing at computer science, and you gave him a fucking equivalent to a B. How fucking strict were your markings this year? How fucking extremely high did you want people to get in a computer science exam? An exam, mind you, where you literally put in questions which are impossible to answer after learning everything on the course. That's real. You have to literally learn other shit because the OCR are a piece of shit and put in questions which you can't answer, even if you've learned every single thing down to a T that they taught you on the course and on the syllabus. Okay, I'm just really pissed about the fact that I only got a fucking 5 in computer science when that's literally one of the things I breathe. Computing is literally one of the only things people see about me when they know me, and I got a fucking 5, which is the equivalent of both sciences, which I really hate and I'm really terrible at. I need to stop. I should end this video off here. Yeah, thank you for this year. I'm really excited for next year. Like I said, it's probably going to be the final video of this year, unless I manage to get What Was Wrong With Our Childhood 4 out. We recorded that months ago, you know, as per usual. Those videos take so fucking long to edit, of course. You know, it's the entire film, and you know, cutting it and all that stuff, it takes so long. If I manage to sit down and just dedicate some days to it entirely, it will be out this year. But if not, it'll be out next year, probably January, February, March, April, May. If it doesn't come out, don't expect it. That's all I'm saying. But I need to go now because my dog is probably getting really mad at me. Thank you for everything. Thank you for watching. If you want to help me get to 300 subscribers by the end of the year, and this is the first video you've seen of me, again, I'm sorry for being depressing. If you want to help me out with that, I'd really appreciate it. That would be amazing. Like I said, I never thought I got to that number this year at all. You know, I thought 200 at a stretch. So if we get to 300, that would be incredible and will be really motivating to make some fucking epic content next year. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for this year. I've repeated myself so many times. Keep in mind the stuff I said about being a better person. You know, that's the New Year's resolution. Just be the best person you can be. You know, try and make people happy. But at the same time, focusing on yourself doesn't make you selfish. I feel like that's something people need to realize. You know, you're allowed to focus on yourself sometimes. That's just how it is. Next year, what do I want to hit? 500 subs? Is that realistic? Maybe? You tell me. We need to end this off here now. 15-minute recording. Fuck no, 25. Yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, like I said, help me get 300 by the end of the year. It's not going to happen, but I'd appreciate it if it did. I'll see you in 2020, guys. I know 2020 is scary because of copper, because of the new monetization rules about harassment, which I might make a video on at some point, I'm not really sure. It's kind of a dead meme at this point, but fucking whatever. That's my channel. Look at the shirt I'm wearing. I breathe dead memes. I generally do think it's going to be a good year, and there's going to be a lot of content. I'm going to go. I need to stop. Thanks for watching so much. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more content from me, and I'll see you guys in 2020. I'll see you guys next decade. I am Dad Jokes, the YouTube channel. Thank you for everything, and goodbye. See you next year.